The 4-5-1 is a formation that got some traction at the start of this year's game, but has slowly been sort of put to the side and other formations have been favoured over it. But today I found an amazing way of formatting this formation to perfectly suit a slower build-up style. Let's get into it. As always, guys, if this video does help you out, you try the tactics and you like them, please be sure to hit a thumbs up on the video. It really goes a long way and helps me out. Today, in this 4-5-1, we are not going to be formatting it like last year's 4-3-2-1, like most people have done this year with the 4-5-1. We really are treating it like its own formation and finding a unique way to play with it. So without the ball, as you can see, we're playing in this very, very flat 4-5-1 shape, very robust and very, very effective in a press with that 5-man midfield. With the ball, as you can see here, it's actually a very, very sort of attractive shape, isn't it? You can see how many triangles we've got going on there in the middle and wide areas of the pitch and up top. Like, it really, really is a passing game's dream. Now, if you're someone that likes to play direct, go and check out some of my other tactics. That is not what this is about. If you like to play direct, you're going to struggle with this one. With this formation, it's all about utilising the triangles that we've created here and lending it to a more slower build-up style because of the nature in which your centre mid pushes up and the nature in which you can get the wingers in behind the defence. The build-up style is balanced and the defensive approach is also balanced because we've got a 5-man midfield. The press is really, really nice to do manually because you can almost afford to overcommit at least one player because you have got 5 in the midfield. Getting into the player roles, the striker is on advanced forward attack, basically just maintaining a central position and just making a mix of runs and dropping short, which is really, really nice to have that versatility up front. The reason we've got them sticking centrally is because our wingers are tucking in. So what happens is if you let them be on the complete focus when you've got your wingers tucking in, is sometimes your winger takes up the striker position and your striker takes up the winger position, and then it's like you might as well have not done anything because they're just swapping position, which is silly, really. So attack and advanced forward is perfect for the striker. In terms of your right mid and left mid, they are both on inside forward and balance just to get them tucked in and more involved in the final third. Our centre mid is pushing up a little bit like a cam. As you can see, we've got this kind of 4-2-3-1-esque shape, but the centre mid is dropped a little bit deeper to the point where they really kind of get involved with everyone in that midfield so easily. And it does rely on you to manually trigger them forward if you want them really, really committing into that final third. But it's a really, really nice position that they take up. And naturally, they get into a more advanced position if you play slower. Again, coming back to the fact, if you play too direct, you're going to feel like you haven't got anyone in the hole because they're just not going to have pushed up into that position yet. So they're on playmaker attack in the middle, and then next to them you've got 2 deep-lying playmakers with the defend focus, just sitting deep, being the anchors in midfield, and more importantly than anything, creating those triangles to enable us to keep the ball and build up as slow as possible. Our right back and left back are on full back, but they have got the balanced focus, just so, again, they push up a little bit, and it creates this triangle between the centre mid and centre back. That way it's just easier to play out of the back because you've just got more of a shape and not like a flat back line like you would if you ran defend on both of them. All of a sudden you've got very, very little to work with and you can get caught out by someone that is very effective at pressing. So balance is actually very, very nice for playing out of the back. Our centre backs are both on defender defend, as always, really. We don't tend to do anything too crazy with these. And then for your goalkeeper, generally I think it's best just to go with whatever role plus your goalkeeper has. But I personally, at the moment, am opting for sweeper keeper. Thank you for sticking with me this far. Here is the tactics code on screen down below for you guys to use to try out the tactics yourself. Stick with me over the next couple of minutes, though, because I'm going to show you some in-game examples of how to get the most out of the tactics. Let's get into it. As we get into this gameplay, the thing you'll notice is I'm not playing that crazy direct over-the-top style that's kind of becoming prominent in this year's game. This is all about having so many passing angles and positions that players take up that you've always got a passing option, and it just enables you to play slower for those of you that hate that real frantic, fast style, or when someone's pressing you feeling like, oh, I've just got to send the ball, otherwise I'm going to give it away. This really just allows you to take your time and play at your own pace. This keeps the ball better than any formation or tactic setup that I've used this year. I'm not just saying that. This formation, despite not necessarily being like my go-to because it's a little slow for the way I like to play, if you do play that style, it is just hands down the best setup that I've found this far because there's so many options and the way the players take up their positions in the final third very gradually means They're very present in the build-up, but then once you're comfortable and in that final third, they then start to venture forward and start making those runs with the inside forward and playmaker attack instructions. Obviously, advanced forward, you could opt for something like a false 9 if you want that real availability, but I think it's always nice having someone running at the 2 centre-backs because it sort of pins them back and it gives you more space in the midfield to actually work the ball. So even though you're kind of giving up a man, it enables the 5 in midfield to really prosper and always have room to attack. Something that I alluded to earlier is with your middle centre mid, the one that is on playmaker, to bring them into the attack if you really want them involved, make sure you're using L1 triggers to actually get them on runs, or at least when you've got the ball with them, do an L1X or L1A pass. So when they do pass the ball, they actually do make an offensive run forward. Because for me personally, at times I do felt like they sat a little deep, but despite playing with other roles, playmaker was still the best one for how I'm aiming to get this to play. So just know that if you want that middle centre mid involved a lot, just going to have to trigger them from time to time to actually get them really offensively in the final third. But other than that, it kind of is just one of those formations that allows you to just play with what's in front of you because you've just always got a spare man. That is everything from me today, guys. If you are someone that likes to build up slower, I really urge you more than ever to give these a go because it will lend to that playstyle to an absolute T. As always, Custom Tactics playlist is linked in the description below for you guys to check out. But as always, guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.